I have been trimming trees. That tree was hanging over and entangled in the wires that go to my house, the electric and cable wires. Sometimes most of the time when a truck comes through, like a UPS or anything like that, I have to be careful and have to come out here because the wires are a little low there at the driveway. So I usually tell them, you can shoot my wire, but don't knock out my cable. They appreciate that. She doesn't, but that's okay. That's a whole nother story. To trim the wires, what I've done is made a platform out of just a pallet. I just put some legs on a pallet and got up under it with my forks. These are just 3-point hay forks for the rear of a tractor, 3-point hitch, that I convert as needed when I need them to forks that go in the bucket. I did a video on that, pretty sure. Heck, I've done a video on just about everything. Anyway, did a video on that. I'll put a link to that video below, and so because it's just easy to do. Basically, a chain that goes underneath, hooks onto the fork, goes underneath and up around. And what I've done, I've got some straps that came with a little device I bought called a ratchet strap. But basically, I've hooked onto the small chain that came under the bucket, hooked onto it right here, ratcheted it to the top pin there, and man, I picked up thousands of pounds, a couple of 1,000-pound log or whatever. So it's very, very stable. I don't have a harness. My son-in-law was floating me around, so I just tied that on to myself and hoped it would be good enough. Didn't fall out, didn't have to worry about it. Anyway, but they just worked pretty good to have a platform to stand on. My original point was I was going to put sides on it, and I still may come back in here with some 4x4s on all 4 corners and put a railing around it, which would make it a much more safe. But I'm probably going to also buy a harness, an actual harness, if they're not too expensive, for the next time. Next time, hopefully, I'm not in the bucket. I'm driving the tractor. Somebody else is in the bucket. Just trimming some trees. I put a canopy in. I was meant to show you that, and I didn't. I put a canopy on my tractor. Really nice. Really like the canopy. But going under some low trees, it's not real heavy metal. Should have been $450, but it's really not that heavy. So if you go under limbs, it will grab, and if it grabs the top, it'll try to peel it back, and and it does. I've been it. You can see where it's maybe got a few bends in it, whatever. Anyway, just wanted to mainly show you this. The platform that I built, it's nothing special, but just to show you that it doesn't take a whole lot of ingenuity sometimes to do some things. I'll probably come in here. If I use this extensively, I'll come in here and fill in these gaps. Because, if you're out here 20 feet in the air, you don't particularly want to step through a slat. So I'll probably fill these in and leave a gap for water to drain through, and it won't last forever, but it'll last a pretty good bit. I'll go back in the pasture and set it down. Now, how did I keep it on the tractor? Let me raise it up and show you. Well, first of all, in the order of stability, these legs keep it from going side to side. So, it's got an inch or so that it can move, and that's about it. So really, it's not gonna go side to side very much. There's a possibility of turning the fork down and it falls off. So I took maybe I can get under here and show you without the camera flipping sideways and stuff. Oh, let me see here. basically I just took a come along and wrapped around once around the fork on both sides, and then squeezed it tight. You can see where the board is kind of bowed there, and it's holding it very tight. So didn't have any problems. So I'll take this back out in my pasture, and I will set it down on its legs and drive out from under it. Use it again the next time. Strap it down the next time, and we're good. To keep the come along, the end of the come along here was falling down. When we set it down, the handle of the come along was hanging down, and thought it might get bent or break the come along or something. So I wired this up just to keep the handle from falling down. But anyway, that's it. Little platform, nice little platform to go trimming trees on. Works for me. Bid you one. We go.